for later. Hey, good morning. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and log in to my BackAgent account. If you guys are unsure of the address, it's remax.backagent.net, and you'll have your own set of credentials to be able to log in to the system. Okay, so you guys should be familiar with this screen. This is sort of the dashboard as it relates to BackAgent, and it starts, you're gonna see what I would call the main menu here in this red bar. So where it starts with start and transactions, listings, people, so on and so forth. Couple of important factors to take in just off this dashboard. This rotating banner right here, you're going to notice some vendor information, and you guys may or may not have heard of our preferred partner program. This is the advertising that they're paying for, so that they can have what we would call preferred exposure for you guys, because you all know it's very, very hard to get in front of you guys, especially all in one group. So what our preferred partners are taking advantage of is the opportunity to have that kind of exposure in front of you guys quite a bit. So Gateway, again, preferred partner. These are clickable links, so you're more than welcome to learn more about these companies just by clicking on their logos. Scrolling downward, you're going to see what's called the blend in BackAgent. This is sort of a combination of office posts, things that are happening in the office, things that could be happening within the community that you would want to volunteer for. Different agents can post here about things that they have maybe that are coming soon, or maybe that they have a need for. I think recently, an agent in our office, Dana Archibald, was saying she needed something on, yeah, right here, Indian blanket. So you can post a need that you have. You can post information about open houses that you might be holding open in your business. Whatever the case may be, this is the place to find those general announcements as well from staff about anything that could be coming up that you'd want to take advantage of. You can split what you want to see. So the blend sort of covers it all. It pulls it in, whether it's an office post, a community post, or an associate post. But you can sort of filter what you do and don't want to see just by clicking on these buttons here at the top. And when you hover over them, and this is pretty much the case with all things in BackAgent, if you hover over something that you're not sure about, it'll give you a nice handy description so that you know you're looking at the right thing. Okay, scrolling down a little bit further, you'll notice on the right-hand side that these are links that go to certain industry-related articles that you may or may not want to be a part of. And you can read these at your leisure. Some of these are great, and they serve as good inspiration to be able to communicate back to your clients about what's going on in the world of general real estate, so that you can always have something that could be relevant to be able to share with those clients of yours. Down here, you'll see who's signed in. So these are great. It's good to help you sort of put faces with names and then see how often they're signed in. This will help you connect with them as well. You can click on their information, their photos, to learn what their contact information is, how to contact them in the event that maybe you're working on a deal together and you have questions. This is a good resource. Okay, scrolling back up to the top, you'll also notice the calendar. So this is sort of where I work the most in BackAgent. Clicking on the calendar, you're going to be able to see everything that's going on in the form of training. Maybe it's something going on with the office or a community event. Maybe it's something relative to your transactions, or maybe even you're using excuse me, BackAgent for your personal calendars as well. You can do that. And just a side note, if you are utilizing BackAgent as your personal calendar, your personal events will not be shared with the whole wide world. So just wanted to throw that out there. It could be a little misleading, like, oh, well, you know, this is a quote shared calendar, but only for those events that the office needs to see. So that does not include your personal events. Okay, So similar to the blend off the dashboard to be able to see all of the different office announcements, you can filter what you want to see and don't see on the calendar. So right now, my calendar is set to see everything because I like to know what's going on, and I just think the more the better so that I don't miss anything. Our worlds tend to move so quickly, it's easy to overlook important events that you probably want to be a part of. But in the event that you did want to kind of filter it down, you can click on local events, and it's going to show you things that are specific to what's closest to your office or what has been set as a local event. You can see regional events. This is anything that can go out to all of our offices. Because you guys know we are in Beaumont, Mid-County, Orange County, and now even in Mont Belvieu. So pretty cool feature there. And then this one, I'm going to go back to all events. This one is one of my favorites. You can see people's birthdays. This is wonderful because it allows you to stay in touch with others within our company. And it's always a good thing to wish somebody a happy birthday and send them a sweet little note. So you'll see that birthdays are lit up here in pink with a cute little birthday cake right next to it. Okay, couple of other things to share with you guys about the calendar. You can switch between the months just by hovering over the calendar option right here. So if I wanted to see November, I would just click on November, and you're going to see all the goodies that are already integrated on the calendar. Just another side note, and some of you already know this, but about 2 weeks before a new month starts, that's whenever I go into Backagent and I upload the calendar events for the coming month so that it'll give you guys enough time to adequately plan to be able to be a part of certain events that you've been asking for. Since you guys are awesome and are in class today, a couple of ones that I would like to just take a second to call your attention to. Right here on November the 26th, we are going to do a relocation mastermind or roundtable discussion. There are so many good people who have a ton of experience with relocation, and you guys are consistently asking to talk about that. So I think it'd be great just to get in a room and listen to the people who do a lot of it, and they can tell you what to look for, what you can be paid for, and it'll be just a good open forum to be able to ask whatever questions you want. So I hope that you guys will be able to attend that one. It's going to be at 2 o'clock on November the 26th. I am also going to be doing another class the next day over setting up your agent websites. This is the remax.com agent websites. You probably would have received an email from me last week or the week prior with some helpful tips that are available to you to maximize your credit. I mean, not your credit, your exposure whenever somebody is visiting remax.com trying to learn more about you. So I hope you can make that one. And then finally, we're offering a continued education credit course through Stuart Title. He's going to do a lunch and learn. Andy Hemmings is the he that I'm talking about. He's going to be here Thursday, November the 1st, about 11:30, and the topic is going to be over probate issues. Thank you all for your participation in answering the poll on our super secret Facebook group. So hope you can make that. It's $10 to receive credit. If you don't need credit and you just want to learn anyway, of course, you're welcome to attend, and you won't have to pay the $10. That's only if you want your continued education credit. Okay, couple of other little things about the calendar. So anything that's listed here, these are clickable links. So if you wanted to learn more information about anything, you can click on them and you'll see when an event starts, when it stops, a partial description. You can register for certain events as well. This is really great. If I have to go in and set it to register, I will. Particularly valuable when we're talking about lunch and learns and anytime we bring in a guest. It's always good to know for headcount purposes since they typically are bringing food. But this is great. This will let you see everything that you could possibly want to know about a class. And on Mondays is when I go in and add the Zoom links to be able to see what's going on. So for our purposes today, you could go in, you'll see the Zoom link here. You'll also see the Zoom link here under links and information. And then I also just copy and paste it straight into the event description. So good little thing to note about that as well. You can print the whole month just by clicking on this print button right here. If you are visual like I am, you will love this. I like to print the calendar and just keep a copy in my office. That way I can just do a quick glance if my back agent is not up on my screen. And then you can also subscribe to a calendar. I had posted a link about this not long ago. This is a wonderful option so that you can sync up your calendar with the back agent calendar so that you don't miss anything. Now, a question that I heard more than once after I posted the video was, if back agent can integrate with my calendar, does that mean that my calendar integrates in the back agent calendar? The answer is no. So back agent will be able to talk with your calendar and post back agent's events on your calendar, but the events that you schedule on your calendar are not going to be posted on back agent's calendar. So it's only one way. It's not both ways. To subscribe, it's very simple. You would just click on the subscribe button, and then you can choose which calendars from back agent that you want to see. The one that I feel like is most relevant for you guys would be this one called the office calendar. So that's going to include any office event, training event, or community event that's posted within back agent. If I had not subscribed to any of these would not be lit up green. They would be gray. You would just choose your platform on which calendar that you would, whatever calendar you're using. For me, I have a Gmail account, so I use a Google Calendar. So I would just then click on Google, and then it's going to go to your Google Calendar and say, hey, do you want to allow back agents events to show up here? And you tell it yes, and then it's there, and it's great. They are shown in a different color so that they stand out. It's the same process if you wanted to subscribe to a public calendar. Staff is irrelevant for you guys because you're not staff. And then personal calendar. That's a great one if you're utilizing back agent's calendar as your own. Sort of redundant though, unless you're utilizing back agent's personal calendar specific to your transactions. I don't know why you would sync up a personal calendar with your other personal calendar, but maybe you have a system, and if you do, I'd love to hear about it because that would be very interesting. Any questions about the main dashboard or the calendar?
No.
Okay, perfect. So let's continue on. Couple of other things to note. If you click on your photo right here at the top right of the main menu screen, maybe you have a new headshot. I get asked this a lot. Hey, my picture is 30 years old. How do I change it? It's right here. You just click on your photo at the top right, and then you can click on upload photo to replace yours with whatever picture you would like. Keep in mind this photo is seen across each of our offices, so you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward, certainly. And then this is also really good because you can do quick edits on your contact information or the details that you'd want to share. So just wanted to call your attention to that. And then back up at the very top, I would like for you guys to click on the little wheel. This is your settings button. And these are basically where you're going to be able to find shortcuts to be able to update most of your information, your name. Maybe you get a new cell phone number. That's where you would want to update that under Update My Info. Maybe you have a new mailing address that you'd like to use. Email signature. Anytime that you guys are posting an announcement on the dashboard, like what we talked about when we first started, anytime that goes out, there's what they call an email signature attached to it. And it really just looks like this. Your name's in bold, whatever your title is. Maybe you have a phone number. This is all editable. So you can make this say whatever you want it to say. And keep in mind those announcements are internal because Back Agent works as an intranet. So it's only for agents within our offices. So however you want that to look like, totally up to you. Please feel free to make it as pretty as you like. You can also change your Back Agent password. Maybe somebody recently figured yours out and you're not comfortable with that. This is where you would change your password. Email and notification preferences. So this is wonderful because in the event that an announcement hits Back Agent, maybe there's something that comes out from the staff and you don't want to miss it, you have the option to receive text messages or emails anytime an announcement comes out or anytime that something new hits Back Agent. For me personally, I like to receive text messages when an announcement goes out just because I feel like it's usually very pertinent information, whether it's someone's birthday, it's about an event coming up in the office, or it could be something on the opposite end of the spectrum that, that's not so great. Like maybe there's a death in someone's family and you want to extend them your sympathies. Those types of things are very important to me personally, so I like to be notified as soon as those happen through a text message. If text messages are not your thing, email. You can get email notifications anytime something goes out that's on Back Agent. You can also set the same type of preferences for your inbox. So Back Agent allows you to have an inbox to receive messages as well. You can be notified on screen when you're logged in. Of course, you can have text messages or emails. Totally up to you. And then right over here, how does it know where to send my notifications? This is the email address that you can set and change anytime you like on where you'd like those notifications to go, as well as your cell phone number. Any questions about preferences in terms of notifications and emails? Okay,
No.
Perfect. Okay, now, couple of other things. Under the preferences, you guys are going to see view subscriptions. So that's where we were talking about those calendar subscriptions. So you can sort of get to that in a couple of different ways. The first being the subscribe button from the calendar. But if maybe you weren't on the calendar and you wanted to see which calendars you subscribe to, this would take you to that same page. Okay, next, configuring links. So I love this. And it's funny because as many times as I've logged in to Back Agent, I was not aware of this until last week when Chris McLemore, an agent here in the Beaumont office, showed it to me. So if you are like me, you tend to forget your passwords, especially when you have, dozens and dozens of different accounts that you're required to have different passwords for. So Back Agent will allow you to show and store your username and passwords for these common third-party sites, so that it's basically you log into Back Agent, you don't have to worry about wondering what your passwords are for these different sites. You can put them in here, and that will help you move through these different websites quicker, because they're going to allow you to automatically sign into those sites that you typically are going to use every day. Nobody can see your username and password. This is specific to your account. This is in your account only. And these links right here are associated with the links that are up here. These are what we would call quick links. And these are at the very top. You scroll up to the very top next to the RE/MAX One logo. It says links right here. So Zillow, Supra, RE/MAX Main Street, DocuSign, TAR. So all of those types of things, you can store your information. Down here under quick resources, DocuSign is here. Your Wolf Connect, there's a link here. MaxCenter, one of my faves, that's right there as well. So it makes it a lot easier for you guys and not having to keep, all of these different windows open in your browser. It's just a quick click. And then of course MLS. So keep in mind, your links might look different depending on which office you're a part of. You can always add new links right here. The little box with the dotted lines, add new link. Just click and add whatever link you'd like. Can manage the resources here, configure your links here. Most of everything in Back Agent is clickable and customizable so that the experience is truly beneficial for you guys as individual agents. Any questions? Perfect. Okay, so anytime you want to get back to the home screen, you can always click on our logo right here at the top left. It'll bring you right back to start. Excuse me. Couple of things right here in the red menu bar. So start, that's of course your dashboard. That's everything that we've already talked about. your listings. Of course, mine is an office account, so all of the listings are going to be here. There's no way that I have 683 listings. I would be a very happy camper if I did. But the listings that are synced up with your specific IDX and your association with MLS should show here, so they can keeps you up to date, keeps all of them in one happy place. You can see my listings just by filtering through. Transactions. This is going to be very different for me and for you guys. My back agent account is not set up like yours because I am staff. I'm not an associate. So transactions, the best thing that you can do for yourself if you have any type of questions on managing your files is go over here to learn, and stay with me here. And then this back agent overview. It is the best resource available. And in fact, this is all Sarah would teach whenever she was handling this in our office on how to get yourself familiar and set up with working your transactions within Back Agent. This video right here, it's about 20 to 25 minutes. It walks you through the entire process of getting a transaction set up and how to manage it all the way through to completion. Maybe you have a specific question on a certain part of the process. These little videos right here below, these are all little segments specific to a certain topic. So how to start a new transaction, you would click right there if you wanted to know that. How to change a primary agent, how to create a transaction on behalf of another agent. All of these are right here, and you can click them anytime that you need a quick refresher. For questions specific to a certain transaction that you're actively working on, your best resource is Melissa Mills in our office. Previously, Sarah Kaiser or Sarah Pyland, she was our resource for Back Agent, and there seemed to be a little confusion. As you guys know, Sarah recently had her baby and she's staying home with her adorable baby. So now moving forward, your resource is Melissa Mills, and Melissa is phenomenal. She's the one who's auditing all of your files to make sure that all of your T's are crossed and all of your I's are dotted so that we're not leaving ourselves open to any kind of liability along the way. So she is your bestie. She's protecting you as much as possible to make sure that all of our files are compliant and complete so that you can get paid on time. So best resource available to learn about the transaction portion is this Back Agent training overview video underneath the Learn menu item in the top red menu bar. Okay. People, going down the line, people. So if you are working with someone and you need contact information, you can search for them right here. This is specific to our brokerage, of course, unless you want to add in your own contacts. You can do that as well, depending on which systems you're using. Community, all of these buttons, you can work all the way through. Adding them is just as simple as clicking on a button. Groups and teams, same thing. You can see the teams that are available within our company, and you can click on them anytime that you're curious and want to learn more. Over here under Office, this is important because you'll see upcoming birthdays, of course, the calendar, and then under Resources, you'll follow me here. This is where you can sign up for call time. I had a question just this morning. Hey, how do I sign up for call time? It was specific to Orange County. So sometimes I forget that these things are kind of buried if you're not sure where to go. So under Office and then Resources, that's where you can sign up for the conference room reservations here in Beaumont. Maybe you're in a different office and you need to run by here just for a quick minute. You can reserve that. Same thing with our home base office reservation. You'll sign up for floor time if that's specific to you guys in Mont Belvieu. You can sign up for reserving the pop-up tent anytime you need it, as well as the blow-up balloon. All of those resources are right here. To do it, you would just click on the button that you're interested in and then follow the steps that are necessary.
When does that come out, the call time, what's the day that you, pick your call time? Is there a certain day it gets?
I want to say it's different for each office. Your
no,
best person to ask is Heidi at the front,
Okay.
and she can tell you when those dates are.
Okay.
So I would hate to tell you the wrong dates
I know, I can't remember.
and be
now.
confused with
Oh,
a different
okay.
one and then tell you wrong, and then you'll be like, why'd you tell me that? So, okay, another one that I'd like to tell you guys about underneath Office, I'm still there, is Documents. Documents are wonderful resources for you guys. They are great references. We've been doing a lot of work on our side of things to clean this up and really put things in here that are helpful. So at the very top, agent development materials. All of the classes that I teach that repeat on a monthly basis, the momentum courses, all of those are in these respective folders. And then if you're clicking in these folders, you're also going to see the workbooks. So if you've come to class and you know that I hand you a workbook, those same workbooks are in here. So those are just completely full of phenomenal tracking sheets. There's great dialogue in there to study and practice on your own whenever it works with your schedule so that you're totally comfortable with what needs to be said. Right underneath there, class recordings. So I'm really making an effort to build this library. So in the event that you're at home and it's 9 p.m. and you really wanted to make a class but couldn't, that resource is available for you guys as well. So I'm trying to make it as easy as I can so that for those of you who want to participate, you can, even if it's 9:30 at night. So that's where those are going to be under class recordings. Check back frequently because the more classes I have, the more recordings are going to show up right here. A question that I had last week about the recordings, is it just going to be audio or is it the video as well? It's both. So just like you watch a video on YouTube of someone showing you how to make something, it's the same thing. You're going to hear me, you're going to see my screen. So it'll be just like you attended class earlier in the day. There's all sorts of goodies underneath these other folders. Logos, these are the current logos. You want to make sure that when you're working on your marketing materials that you're using the most current logo. The font recently changed. So it used to be sort of slanted and a little bit different. Now it's more, I would say like block style. You want to pay attention to that because you want to keep everything current and consistent across your materials. Policies and procedures, those are under here. Team policies, office processes, how to do certain things in different offices are all here. The policies and procedures manual is also listed here. Moving down the line, quick resources. These are great to look through whenever you have time. RE/MAX forms. Again, lots of goodies in here. Different information about Wolf Connect, company information, 1099 information, all of that's here. And then transaction documents, a couple of little things in there. Again, if there's something that you guys are utilizing a lot and you feel like it would be helpful to include it in this section as a resource, let us know. This is easy for us to come in here and make changes and update things as you guys are letting us know. So anytime you think of something, send us an email or give us a call and we'd be happy to make that happen for you. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, so the next thing that I'd like to kind of show you guys here is Marketplace. So Marketplace, this is kind of cool depending on what your thoughts are, but you can create marketing materials from within BackAgent. Has anybody done this through BackAgent before?
No.
Okay, I haven't heard of anyone doing it either, and I don't know if it's just a matter of not being aware of it or just utilizing Design Center or something similar. I was curious to see what the quality was like in here. Me personally, I like what's in Design Center just because I know that the logo is going to be current. I know that it's going to be consistent compared to my other materials. So I'm a big fan of the new Design Center. And the quality is always great with our approved suppliers. That's another thing, especially if you're printing. Mac Center and Design Center have relationships with who they call approved suppliers. So you know that the quality is always going to be pretty on point. So,
Yeah, so with the difference between Design Center versus this?
yeah, I was asking if anybody's
Yeah.
using it and they're saying no.
Okay.
So, yeah. Just wanted to let you guys know, though, in case you were looking for an additional resource, that is here. And then under Learn, you can see what's the next training class, what's upcoming. Again, you'll see the calendar right over here. Back Agent Overview, that's where you can find that great video that I was telling you guys about. Video training, what's video training? So this is a whole host of smaller videos that are specific to RE/MAX. So again, these are good to share outward, maybe on your social network, something where you can stay top of mind, where people think about you when they think about real estate. These are quick little clips, 20 seconds, a minute and a half, things that are easily shareable out to the universe. So great resource there. You'll see like this is the 2018 National Housing Report. Really good information to keep you credible when you're marketing yourself out in the world. Drawing your attention right back up next to the logo is Inbox. So I learned about a cool feature. You guys probably already know this because you're geniuses, but you can create a specific email account so that whenever you say you have text messages specific to a transaction, you can screenshot your text messages and send them in an email to this email address so that you can later attach those as an attachment to your file that it's associated with. So you can, if you don't have your email set, it'll say, hey, set your email. So in my case, I would just click on edit because I've already done that. And right here, you can create a custom email address. So if it's your first and last name, that's fine. This is not an email address that you would put on any type of marketing material. This is strictly one that you can use to make your life easier so that all of your materials that are related to a certain file that you're working on can be together. So I liked my first name, last name, and just to give you guys an example, pretend that I have text messages that are important to a file, whether it's communication from a client or something from a lender or whatever the case is. I want to capture those and attach those to that transaction file in Back Agent, just to be able to have all of my materials at one place. I would take my screenshots of my text messages and create an email to this address. So Kristen Windsor at sendtobackagent.com. I would attach those text message screenshots to that email and send it. And so where you can find that is your inbox. I'm going to cancel and go back because I've already created the email address. So when that email comes in, it's going to show up right here in your inbox. You can then take those attachments and it'll show you, just like a regular email does, a little paper clip and the image of the attachment right here. You can take that and tell it to attach it to whatever file it needs to go to. So whatever files that you have that are currently open, it's just a point and click. Okay. Are you guys utilizing this feature yet?
Yes.
Cool. So do you love it?
I used it mostly because I had a client that he was faxing. He lived in Tennessee and is selling land here, and we had to fax everything to him. He didn't do the zip form thing. He wasn't tech friendly. So I used it mostly for send a fax.
And did you feel like it was helpful?
Oh yeah. Because everything came right to me.
Yeah, and I love that because I kind of view the transactions feature within Back Agent as sort of a digital filing cabinet. It's just, especially when things do move so quickly and you're at the end of the day and you're trying to point everything back to where it's supposed to go and which file it belongs to. This just kind of cuts out a lot of those steps by keeping it all within the same database.
Right.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that it was helpful for you, Michelle. That's great. Okay. Any questions on the goodies that I've been able to share with you guys this morning?
No.
Okay. That is wonderful. Again, big takeaways for you guys. You can create shortcuts to your links that you're utilizing up here the most. I think that'll make your time online a lot more efficient. And then additionally, creating a back agent specific email address within this system so that you can keep track of all of your materials for your files. For questions specific to your file that's active with or a deal that you're working on, or even one that recently closed, Melissa Mills in our office is your big resource. She's available by email all the time, and she's extremely responsive. So absolutely take advantage of her. And then if you have questions about getting your transactions uploaded into Back Agent, underneath Learn, under Back Agent Overview, is that great video that's going to walk you through it step by step. Do you guys have any feedback, comments, what your favorite features are in Back Agent that you're utilizing?
I don't.
Okay. Is there a feature within Back Agent that you do love that I did not go through today?
No.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you guys, as always, for joining us this morning. Such a pleasure having you guys here through Zoom. Just wanted to extend my thanks, of course, and let you guys know we've got some really fun stuff coming up. This afternoon kicks off our 3-part pricing series. It is incredible. It's a specific strategy. It's a 7-step pricing strategy that's got more than 15 years of support behind it that will allow you to help your seller come up with a price together. It's a collaborative effort. That's a 3-part series. If you, for some reason, miss part 1, you can attend part 2. It builds off of itself, and it incorporates each piece of it along the way. So even if you missed the first 2 parts, you can attend part 3 on Wednesday and still be up to speed. I would highly encourage you guys to make that one. 2 o'clock today. Tomorrow is part 2, 2 o'clock for pricing. Wednesday is part 3, so we're going to wrap up that series. Thursday, I'm going to do a mini session in the morning at 10:15 on making sure your emails are engaging. It's just 5 quick tips. Do that with examples. And then Thursday afternoon, we're going to do Mastermind Group 3. If you are in Group 3, you will get an email reminder from me on Wednesday to remind you about your Mastermind group, Thursday at 2. And then at 4:30, we're going to do Remax Relax. So we're bringing it back, and we're going to do a Halloween theme. Bring your kids. We're going to do some trunk or treat or trick or treat around the office. So I hope that you guys can make it. And as always, if you have any questions for me, just reach out anytime. I am here to help, and it would be my pleasure to help. So thanks again, and we will see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.